Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. This is the pre-service meditation, and on third Sunday, we focus on peace. One of the ideas I've been reflecting on is that peace is more than just an idea, it's an action to embody. And when we're not at peace, it's because we're separated or we're disconnected. And so today I'm going to guide you through a meditation to help you get back into your body, to reconnect. And another aspect of peace, I believe, is integrating both your light and your dark. So being present with what is, breathing into it, and accepting all parts of yourself as they show up. So I'd like to begin by inviting you to notice your breath in a way that feels right for you, for your body. One way I like to do this is to, as I breathe in, I like to say in. And as I breathe out, I like to think out. And just over the next few cycles of breath, as you breathe in, thinking in. And as you breathe out, thinking out. And as you're breathing, just notice what is true for you. Does your breath flow easily? Is there any constriction? And again, just notice exactly what is without trying to change it. We're coming back to ourselves, coming back to our bodies. And throughout this meditation, I invite you to notice what's happening in your body. And if you need to stretch, if you need to move, if you need to shake, please do so. Because meditation isn't just about being still or quiet. It's about being an observer. It's about coming to the present moment. And I now invite you to bring your awareness to your feet. Notice if they're connected to the floor. Sometimes my feet feel like they float above the floor. So first noticing what is true for you. And then when you're ready, putting attention and focus on feeling that connection to the floor and seeing if you can connect just a little bit more, whatever that means for you. And now as you breathe, see if you can breathe all the way down into your feet. And we'll stay here for a few moments with each breath as you breathe in, all the way down to the feet. And as you breathe out, releasing all the way from your feet. And noticing the sensations. Do your feet feel cold or warm? Somewhere in between? Do you feel any energy? Maybe even numbness? Just noticing what's true for you, bringing your awareness slowly through your feet to your ankles. And maybe even take a moment to roll each foot so that you can really bring your attention to your ankle. How often do you give attention to your ankle? Remembering to breathe. And once you've given attention to each side, bringing your awareness up through your shins and your calves, And just see if you can notice the front or the back more intensely. Or is it about the same? And again, what sensations do you notice? Thinking about temperature or movement. Thinking about relaxation or constriction. And maybe flex your foot and point it a few times on each side. Again, allowing ourselves to bring more awareness to our calves, to our shins, bringing ourselves back to our bodies. If you haven't already switched to the other leg, do the same, flexing your foot and pointing. And do that a couple of times. And then as you're ready, bringing your awareness to your knees. Do you notice your kneecap? Are you able to notice that soft space behind your knee? And if it feels right, maybe even place your hands on your knees, starting on the top, just to help bring that attention, that awareness. And then again, if it feels right, putting your hands behind your knees. Maybe give yourself a gentle massage. Remembering to breathe in and out. And now bringing your awareness to your thighs. And again, if it's helpful to use your hand to focus on this area, I invite you to do so. Noticing first the top of your leg. And then noticing the bottom where it's connected to your seat. Or if you're standing or in any other position, again, maybe using your hands to feel the back of your leg. Noticing the sensations. And a reminder at any point, if it feels right, to stretch, to move, to wiggle, to shake, please do so. And I now invite you to bring your awareness to your glutes. I invite you to constrict and relax. Again, constrict and relax. Is this a place where you hold tension, or are you already relaxed? And now over the next few breaths, I invite you to breathe into your pelvic floor. Breathing deeply, but in a way that feels comfortable and not forced. Again, breathing into your pelvic floor and releasing fully. And when you're ready again, and one more time. Letting that go, bringing your awareness to your abdomen. If it feels right, now focusing the breath into the diaphragm. Breathing into the diaphragm and releasing. And just notice, was it easier to breathe into the pelvic floor, or is it easier to breathe into the diaphragm? And there is no judgment, it's just an observation. Where you hold tension, where there's relaxation. And now gently take your awareness to your lower back. Can you feel where your clothing touches your skin? Are you positioned in such a way that you can feel the chair that is supporting you, or whatever is supporting you? And let's bring that awareness gently up our back. And notice that energy travel from the lower back to the upper back. And what do you hold here? If you happen to hold tension in your upper back, I invite you to again constrict your shoulders and release. Tighten and release. And one more time. Tighten and release. And as you're ready, bringing your awareness from your back through, and see if you can notice your lungs as you breathe in, feeling the air expand your lungs, and releasing. Gently bringing that awareness through to the front. See if you can now notice how your clothing touches the front of your body. And if you haven't already, I invite you to roll your shoulders backwards a couple of times. And once that feels right, then forward a couple of times. I invite you to gently move your arms in whatever way feels right. Rolling your wrists, taking time to roll them in each direction. Then as you're ready, gently bringing your awareness to your neck. And if it feels right, to gently do a stretch. And if it doesn't, please simply just stay as you are, but bringing awareness. Moving your awareness through to your cheeks. I like to blow air into my cheeks, pretend like I'm swishing something back and forth in my mouth. Letting that go, bringing the awareness to the eyes and behind our eyes. And let us not forget our ears. Maybe even take your hands and pinch your ears just so gently, or tug on them. And then returning to the head, gently bringing the awareness up through the forehead. Again, noticing sensations, temperature, movement, tension or relaxation. And then all the way to the top of the head. And as you're ready, I invite you one last time to take the breath all the way from the feet, up through the body, to the top of the head. And as you exhale, exhale with a sigh. And then as you are ready, gently coming back into this space, again wiggling, moving, stretching, yawning, whatever your body is asking for. Taking a moment to look around your space, remembering to include looking behind you, noticing, and see if there's one item in your space that draws your attention. See if you can notice the color a little more closely. Do you notice any texture? And with that, I thank you for being on this journey of coming back to ourselves. Because as we are within ourselves, that's where peace begins. Namaste.
Good morning. My name is Radiant. If you'll come in and have a seat just so you can stand up again in a second. So I'm Radiant. I'm a joy note, and this is
Tonya.
And we are happy to sing a couple congregational songs with you if you're willing and able to rise. And at home, you can rise, or you can sit, or you can bebop and dance around the laundry room if that's what brings you joy. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, but God's so much more than earth and earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine His light as me, as you. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine His light. God needs us to shine its light. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. I love that song. Always, I'm like, use me, God. How can I be of service for you? So, if you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them. And if you're at home, please hug someone you love, pet the cat, tell the dog he's a good boy if he is, and send that letter. Don't forget to tell people how much you love them, how much you miss them. These are complicated times, and we are moving into the peace and connection. And if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. The God are, please sing it to your neighbor. God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are well. You are beautiful. You are well. Thank you so much for coming to celebrate this wonderful Sunday with us. And if you have any devices, cell phones, please silence them now. Stop the washing machine. Sit and zen out with us. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Susan. I'm your presider for the day. Great to see you. Keep forgetting whether I have a mask on or off anymore. I invite you to check out our website if you haven't done so. We keep everything on there to keep you up to date on what's going on. You can see, learn about the presiders, see who the board members are. Take a look at that if you haven't done so. And also, if you were unaware, we do have a Facebook group that if you are not connected to that, ask me and I'll help you get on there, because we do communicate on there. I put the newsletter on there if you haven't seen it in your email. Also, fill this out if you haven't done it so that I can get you the email weekly, so that we can just keep you informed with everything. That'd be great. Just wanted to share with you, I do when I'm presiding, every day that I come in the doors, I pause at the signs outside and I think about them. The one sign by the labyrinth, it says to love your neighbor who doesn't look like you, love your neighbor that doesn't think like you, love your neighbor that doesn't speak like you or pray like you, love your neighbor that doesn't vote like you, just love your neighbor. And lately I've kind of taken it a step further, and I pick the one that's kind of hard for me in the moment, and I kind of think it through. If it's that somebody's gotten under my skin that votes differently than I do, or is something, I stop and think about that and what it means to really love them no matter what their beliefs are, or what their stances on certain topics are, because those things are very superficial. And I just stop and think of namaste. I think of the fact that they're beautiful, they're divine creatures in themselves, regardless of those little things that we might annoy each other with. And the main thing is that we love each other. And then I stop at the door and it says, welcome. Welcome to all sizes, colors, cultures, sexes, beliefs, religions, ages, and types. And another thing that I just paused to think about with that is, what does it mean to welcome people? We have a group that we have just started up called Inclusive Action, and we're working with helping refugees, Afghan refugees. And if you're interested in doing any of these projects that we do, let me know, or when we can get you going with that. But we talk a lot about what does it mean to be inclusive. It's not just tolerating one another. It's not even just welcoming people. It's really learning about them and really embracing them and their culture. And so what does that mean exactly? And how can we do better for one another as human beings? And so, the global vision for today is, we envision a world where personal responsibility joins social conscious in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. And I invite Angela to come up while we all stand to sing Right Here, Right Now.
right now. Right here, right now. We have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now.
So, again, good morning, good day. It is my pleasure to open today with words of gratitude. So, if it feels right, I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Bringing into your heart space that sensation of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to be here today in community, to share in the love and the presence that's in this space, and each one that contributes to all that this day brings. Giving gratitude in advance for the words that Kathy Day will be sharing with us, knowing that her words speak truth, and that there's something that I hear that is exactly right for what I need on my journey. Sharing gratitude for the musicians and the sound team and every individual that makes the virtual broadcast possible. And gratitude for each person here present in person and all of you joining us virtually. Because together we represent the interconnection of all life. So in this knowing, in this opportunity to come together in this energy, I give thanks. And together we say, and so it is.
Okay. I'd like to have the slide for the affirmation if we could. I'll read it first and then you can join along if you like. The November affirmation is honoring myself and my journey. I live as the essence of spirit. I see with new eyes, so the face of the beloved is everywhere. For this, I give thanks. And you can join me. Honoring myself and my journey, I live as the essence of spirit. I see with new eyes, the face of the beloved is everywhere. For this, I give thanks. So I'd like to introduce for today, we have Kathy's going to be speaking to us, and the topic, I'm not sure what the topic is, I had written down, but it's going to be a good one. Glad you're here. And we've got Matt Moe, our house band, and Paul Worster are going to provide the music for us today. Thank you.
I especially love it when Matt sings or plays. That one. Yeah. He takes me right to the place. We almost don't even need to do the meditation song, but we're going to do it anyway. So if you'll just sit back in your seat and allow the earth to support you as the God is all there is in this moment now. And really just sit back into the oneness of God is all there is. If you have something crossed like your legs, I invite you to please ground yourself. Have all your, just freely relaxed sit and be in this oneness. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am
So right here and right now, we open to the presence of Spirit. It is ever present, but we don't always remember. We don't always remember that it is as near to us as our next breath. That Spirit is every atom and piece and particle of our bodies. It is the chair that supports us. It is the floor we walk upon. It is these beautiful beings of light that we intersect with throughout our day. Spirit is all there is. We release and let go of any anxiety or trouble and simmer in the infinite love. Let it permeate our bodies, our minds, our life. Let it go before us and prepare the way for us as we move forward. We are so blessed. call our energy back from all the places where we've left it. And bring it back to us right here, right now, to experience this present moment. Breathe and be present. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak in front of you. My name is Kathy Day, if you don't already know who I am. And I've been in the teaching probably getting close to 20 years, if not surpassing 20 years. But if you would have met me when I first started, there is absolutely no way that you would believe I would ever get up on stage and speak with people. It's just one-on-one, okay, but not in front of a group. But as I participated in the teachings and embodied the teachings, I came to know that the people that I was talking to, you know, they were God in expression. So it's just like, this is a conversation between me and God. And I always love talking with God because I get to like bounce ideas off God, and just as I'm thinking, because I think all the time. I think about, you know, the construction of a chair and the evolution of a spoon and the you know, what a gift air conditioning is in the middle of the summer. It's just like, and that they made it to where it could be in a car, and that they made it cheap enough that it could be in a car that I could afford. And it was like, I get into these cascades of gratitude, you know, for life, or the people that are working on our behalf to make things easier and make things safer, and you know, just in service to mankind. And I just kind of get really into appreciation for design engineers and all that stuff. But let's get on to the topic here. And the topic is it's about celebrating the triumphant journey. And part about celebrating the triumphant journey is to realize we have been on a triumphant journey. We have been through so much, especially lately, and we have had to expand in creative ways through this whole thing, this whole pandemic experience. We have had to stretch and expand. We've had to learn new things, new ways of doing old things. All the old ways that we knew and were comfortable with and stuff, those kind of fell away. We could no longer do those. So we've had to evolve, and we've had to create, and we've had to expand. And so we want to take this time to celebrate that accomplishment. You know, we may not have had the accomplishment of, you know, that we used to have, or, you know, especially as I'm older, you know, I don't have the same level of accomplishment that I had, you know, back when I was working full time and taking care of kids and all that stuff. But the accomplishment of making it through this, learning from it, expanding from this experience, this is something that we want to celebrate. So the first thing we want to do is appreciate. Is appreciate ourselves and appreciate the creativity of the world around us in coming up with solutions, you know, and opening to, you know, growth and expansion and evolution, not just on a you know, societal level, but in our individual experience. And so if we're developing new understandings of how connected we are, how important everything is, or each of us are to one another. And when one segment fails, and so how it kind of it pulls us all down. But when people come up with solutions to fix and to amend and to improve, then we all benefit. So I want to take time to celebrate that. Celebrate learning how to online bank. If you've never done that before, and then now all of a sudden you're having to buy stuff online, and you're having to pay bills online, and it's a new experience for some of us. So I appreciate this opportunity to expand. So we want to this time has also given us the opportunity to pull back from the flurry of activities. We've just been so busy, and then all of a sudden in a shutdown, you're having to be with yourself, be with your loved one, which can sometimes be a challenge. And so we've had to kind of really dive in deeper into what really matters to us, what's really important, and that we might not have gotten to explore if we were just so caught up in our daily activities. So we've had that opportunity. There's a song called the Solstice Song by Jan Garrett, and it's like, what does the future hold in store? Where has our journey brought us? How can we learn from what's gone before? What has experience taught us? And this is a perfect time to contemplate that, where our journey has been, where we want it to go. What is it that delights us and pulls us forward? Because the vision of spirit is always moving forward to greater expression and greater expansion. So if we are open to it, we get to be pulled forward to a new vision of who we are, of what our possibilities are, of what we can do and what we want to do. It's very individual, and I like it that way. There was a quote in here from the Science of Mind textbook. When we constructively praise and creatively bless, life abounds with love, peace, and joy. Let us so live and think that we may retire at night in peace, that we may rise in the morning renewed in body and in mind, with a brighter outlook, a happier expectation, and a clearer joy. In everything, give thanks. The other thing we need to do is we need to celebrate. As things are evolving and we're coming together in person, and we're creating other opportunities to be together online and in person and stuff, to celebrate our connections, to celebrate our lives, our accomplishments, and to celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of others. I love it when Leonard breaches technology and is joining a Zoom class. I love it when Susan is teaching people how to connect online and in new ways, and it's just beautiful. So to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of others, even that they have stayed relatively sane through this whole process and stuff. That is something to be recognized. That is something to be appreciated and stuff. And then the third is demonstrate the growth. Like, now we're looking at going forward from this point. We recognize where we are. We see where we want to go. We appreciate the good that has been around us, even during these strange times. And we want to take this growth, this stuff we've learned, these areas we've expanded in, and then we want to take it further into our life, to create a life that is rich and fulfilling and joyful for us and for others as well. The opportunities to support the Afghan refugees, to support local community with food, things, little outreach things that this center does and a lot of other centers around the world do to support the world at large. It's a way that we reach out from our goodness and our being provided for to be the channels to provide for others. I wanted to share a story that kind of explains my relationship with the universe, and it can explain your relationship with the universe as well, if you like. I was at Asilomar, which is a place that a lot of religious science people, CS Centers for Spiritual Living people, gather for a retreat. And I was just really enthralled with that energy and vibration and being immersed in that for the whole week. And it was the last day, and I was just praying, and I just said, oh God, how can I take this energy back with me? And I was staying in a little 2-bedroom hotel room or kind of thing, and in a room that had not been used, a clock radio came on. It was the first time it had come on in the week that I was there, and the song came on was Dance With Me, which is a song by Orleans, and this was the universe speaking to me. Dance with me. I want to be your partner. Can't you see the music is just starting? Night is calling. I am falling. Dance with me. Let me lift you up off the ground. Starry skies and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. And I fall back on that every time, that when you call to Spirit and you ask a question, you get an answer in so many remarkable ways. And what that has to do with demonstrating the growth, I'm not sure, but it's a good story. Now, when we give a talk, we like to give you something to do, in the coming week. And gratitude is always really good, especially coming up with Thanksgiving and stuff. Gratitude is good all the time. And I wanted to suggest that you not only keep a gratitude list and write 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for, but also if you can set yourself up with a gratitude partner and just email them or text them, your 5 or 10 things to be grateful for every day. And when you have a partner and you're sending your lists back and forth, not only do you have an accountability because you know somebody's waiting for your list, you also get a chance to read their list, which reminds you of things that you'd totally taken for granted, totally forgot about, like, oh yeah, I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for paved pathways. I'm really grateful for reflective lines on the road when you're driving at night. So if you can set yourself up with a partner and exchange ideas and stuff, then you have an even richer experience. I'm still really close with all the gratitude partners that I've had over the years, just because we've shared so much. Another thing to do is to be aware of the people in the world around you. If you see somebody who appears to be struggling, well, no, I take that back. It doesn't matter if somebody is appearing to be struggling, because some of us are really good at hiding that and stuff, to just be gentle and kind with everyone, because everyone's going through something. Collectively and individually, everybody's going through something. To be gentle and kind and acknowledging to all the people that you intersect with throughout your day, that these are not just random strangers. They might appear to be, but they're not. You know, they're people who have come into your life for you to give a gift, for them to give a gift. And we need to be open to receive that. Then ask yourself throughout the week, what are some ways that I can practice choosing my thoughts, my reactions, and my experiences? I find that going through this pandemic experience has been really interesting, because if you know we're all one and you know it's all God, then when you see something or hear something that sticks out, you know, that like makes you think, well, how can this be? How can this be in God? Then you have a chance to contemplate it and think about it and figure out a way to include it, because it must be included. It must be included. And to figure out a way to adapt your thought and your beliefs and expand and stretch in ways that can include it. And then, how willing am I to consistently practice self-awareness, being aware of myself as a spiritual being, and gratitude, appreciation and recognition of the good that is around us all the time. All the time. Right here and right now, I would like us to take a deep breath. Release and let go. Ask our questions of Spirit. Be open and receptive to the answers. Know that there is good and greater good for us right here, right now, and going forward into the future. The forms it takes and the way it looks may be unlike anything you have ever seen before. To be open to the new, to not flinch at change, because we have been evolving and changing and working within new conditions from the time we were called into being. So don't stop now. Be open to change, be open to growth, be open to learn new things, those things that enrich your life, those things that delight you and tickle you, that make life worth living for you. Take care of yourself in the ways that feel good to you, you know, whether it be rest or food or meditation, getting away or getting into groups and stuff, whatever it is that feeds you, that nourishes you, put yourself in that place that makes life good, that makes life sweet. Because we, as human beings, have been given choice, and we get to choose. So choose, decide what you want. Decide what you want your reactions to be, your responses to be. If you want to be in a loving presence and a loving experience of life, then how can I look at my world in a more loving way? There's so many opportunities to stretch and grow. Whenever I'm in a condition that I'm uncertain with, I always think, well, what do I believe about this situation? What do I believe is happening here? And then I try to expand that belief. You know, what do I think is possible in this situation? And I also look at what do I think is necessary. Sometimes we think it's necessary to experience aging a certain way. Sometimes I think it's necessary that something we want has to take X amount of time. But to think about our lives and think, is that really necessary? Has anybody ever manifested perfect health like that? Has anybody ever manifested what they required in a particular moment in time like that? One of my teachers, Reverend Darlene Sykes, told me that your world changes just like when you change your shirt from a red shirt to a blue shirt in front of a mirror, as quickly as the mirror reflects your new shirt. That's as quickly as spirit reflects your new idea. So being open to a new idea of what and who you are, be grateful and glad for the opportunities that you've had up until now to expand and grow, to give thanks for the good that surrounds you. And if you're having a hard time finding something to be grateful for, I always imagine I'm shipped to some third world country, and then I remember I have running water, I have flush toilets, I have hot showers, I have a washing machine. Woo! And these are things that we kind of take for granted in our life because we have, maybe we've had them since we were little and stuff, but they are really, they're real gifts. So look around at the world. Functioning cars are also really good. Take time to look around you in your world for stuff to be grateful for, to be grateful and celebrate yourself for all you've been through and all you've learned and how you've grown. And now open up to a new chapter of expanded growth, expanded learning, greater joy, greater peace. To know that this is possible, to know that every ingredient for our happiness, for our bliss, is present. We just have to allow it to come into our experience. So I give thanks for this opportunity to speak for you, in front of you. I give thanks that I'm no longer terrified to do so. And I give thanks for you being here and creating this community so that I had a place to come when I moved up from Livermore. So thank you so much. Now I'd like to invite Angela up, and Angela will bless the offering.
Are we on?
All right. How perfect it is to now be able to give gratitude for the flow of energy that we express through financial means. And just taking your offering, or if you give electronically or some other way, your time, your talent, just taking a moment to be in that energy of gratitude that helps this center's energy flow out into the world. And just knowing that as we give, we receive. And with this, I give thanks, and so it is.
Hit it. I got the power. Okay, we're going to sing the song once. Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it has no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is.
I want to break into I am so blessed. We are so blessed. For those of you who aren't aware, Matt wrote both of those songs. And they had their debut performance as a group, an ensemble, last night at Jazz Station. And had a full house, sold all the tickets. So that's really awesome. So when I say we are really blessed, we are really, really blessed. So announcements. I know the first announcement is going to be that after the service, for those of you who are at home after the service, Okay. All right. Oh, that's right. I don't have my thing on, huh? change is good, right, Kathy? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so for those of you at home, the first announcement is really salient because it has to do with the fact that after the service, there will be a Zoom meeting where you can check in and connect with everybody and have about a half hour to talk and to figure out what's going on. The link is on the slide, but it's also in your chat. Next Tuesdays at 10:30 over at 5th Street Market, Leonard Hudson is spearheading a men's coffee. Only men. Men, it's for guys. We are happy to let the guys, I am so grateful that the guys get together to do something. Y'all shut up, okay? There are many, many things that are going to be coming up. We haven't got slides for them yet, but there are many things coming up with the Inclusion in Action and the giving that they are doing right now. The Holiday Joy, which will be much smaller this year because we want to put a lot of energy into the refugee giving. Please, as everyone has said, check our website, csleugene.org. There is so much information there to give you details on how to do this, how to participate, how to be part of a community that includes and supports everyone around them. And if you would like to offer support here, we need greeters. We have not had really any greeters for quite a few weeks now. And it's, when someone new comes in, it's kind of nice if someone's there to say, hi, how are you? Can I help you? Also, they're now in a position where they can train for the tech team. So please, if you have any interest whatsoever in learning how to help put the Sunday service on, do that. And our slide people are exhausted. They have been doing this for like 5 years. And they want a break. And this is one of those things. It's the perfect COVID volunteer opportunity. You don't have to get out of your house. You don't have to wear a mask. All you have to do is know how to type on a computer and fill in a form. That's all it takes to build the slides. And they will train you in how to do this. And it takes, the amazing, crushing time of maybe 20 minutes a week. Maybe. So I think you can do this if you'd like to find a way. How can I be of service, but I'm really not ready to go in and talk to people yet, live. This is a wonderful way to be in service. So at this point in time, I will offer this up now to Angela, who's going to all right. There is the forgiveness meditation, Thursday, December 2nd, next week. And see, you switched slides on me, so I got no clue where anything is. We do need donations of a self-propelled lawnmower and a lightweight wheelbarrow. Contact Susan. And the forgiveness meditation, the St. Vincent fundraiser, Holiday Joy. Check the website for that. Not yet. That'll be on here later. Never mind. I didn't say that. All right, now it's time for Angela to share about the practitioners. Okay, if I can remember how to do it.
All right, what a wonderful theme of change. I think it's actually one of my favorite things now. I used to avoid it at all costs. So I'm just going to share with you in person. I wrote in the newsletter this month that I'm actually going to be taking a leave of absence from my role as a practitioner, effective January 1. So I'll still see you next month, but this will be one of the last times I'll be in front of you for a while. Part of taking the leave of absence, like Reverend Linda said, is side team was one of the things I did. So yes, please, it's very easy. If someone would like to step up, we need people because I will be finishing that as well. But I'm also still always available. And what I'm changing into is trauma healing. I've been through things personally, and I just feel really called to show up. In fact, the other day I was in a healing group. I'm like, this sounds weird, but bring the trauma on. I've gone through things that I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I want to bring that healing to others. So that's what I'm stepping into, is being that presence for individuals. So with that, The practitioners who remain on our team, and I'll come back to that, how Reverend Linda, Reverend Trish, Reverend Liz, Kathy, Charmaine, Radiant, and Ona. So those individuals are available to serve you as practitioners, to pray for you, or to have a session with you. There are prayer requests in the entryway. There are prayer requests on the website. So there are many ways to get in contact with the practitioners. So please connect with them. And always remember, it's not just about the struggles. If you want to step into something new and a more expansive version of yourself, practitioners are here to support you in that as well. Okay, sometimes we get pulled to one way or the other, the light or the dark, but we're all of it. So let's celebrate every aspect of ourselves. The individuals that are here today, if you please stand and just present yourself. I read the names already, but so people can see faces. Sort of. All right, and for those of you who are participating from home, go to our website. These beautiful faces are on the website because we don't get that camera angle down here. So I think that's everything I'm supposed to say. So if you'll please stand and join me for our closing song.
I am open
I am open
to my highest good.
to my highest good.
I accept my good,
I accept my good,
and I accept good for everyone.
and I accept good for everyone.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Second side is